you the person and Prodi the artist? Sasha Crenshaw, that's his name. He is a loving, respectful, honorable, loyal, great guy. Prodi the artist. Wild, loves to be the life of the party, loves the spotlight, loves everything about, anything to do with the entertainment industry, whether it's acting and everything like that. Like, they're the same people.
My name is Prodi Reign, artist, CEO, producers, recorders. Just how you are.
I meant that. Working all week, I just want to bring out that free. Results from that gym on 10 been and work that for C.
What made me pursue music as a career? I think it started just being young and just being in love with music, and actually listening to substantial music, even way back in the day. I definitely, revere God in all my music. Pretty much any song you can listen to, whether it's something more gritty, something more vulgar, whatever it is. How would I describe my childhood? In our early life, we were just really poor, as far as I can remember. Just had less, raised in the most grittiest parts over the Rhine. My dad, he took us from, an impoverished area to the suburbs when we still couldn't really afford it. He just kind of wanted, he wanted a better life for us. He knew that if we were to stay down there, then, there's no telling, the routes we could have went. And I'm sure it could have been a lot worse. And what's crazy about that is when you are in your youth and you interpret something, they say it's thoughts, action, and then habit. But good people don't always do good things. My weakest time probably, was when I was just kind of out there and disconnected from the fellow human being. They say anger is like an iceberg. You see the tip of it, but underneath the water is a lot of other shit that just goes unseen. In my younger life, I pretty much did it all. From robberies, burglaries, selling drugs, here and there, fighting on a constant basis. And that actually led me to one incident that's how I ended up doing 3 years in prison. One of my guys called me and said, hey man, I just got jumped. And yeah, he just called me. I'm the first to pull up, and the guys that we were supposed to be in an altercation with, they didn't show up. So end up robbing one person, and like 2 minutes later end up robbing another person.
When I found out my brother was going to prison, it really dampened a lot for me because we were really starting to connect. We had gotten to our teenage years and didn't really hang out much. I was having my teenage life, he was having his teenage life. But we really began to reconnect, and I got to see, really, again, be re-exposed to how talented he is.
The prison that I was at, it was called Lancaster, in Lancaster, Ohio. To describe it, being in prison, I just say being in the system in general, it's a very different experience. Just very dehumanizing. I don't think it's too different from any other prison. If I had a chance to change my past, I would. I'm a firm believer in that God is perfect, and nothing bad happens for a bad reason. I also believe life is what you make it as well. And I've made what I went through. I made everything I went through, my past, I've made it into hope and inspiration for the next person. Since I can remember, I eat, sleep, dream music. I've shaped my life around music, no matter what circumstance I was in. My grammar, the way no matter where life takes me, the things that I've learned and that I've took on in life are contributions of music. Of course, everything is a contribution of God. Music shaped my life in a way where it always gave me hope. You know, even if I didn't know I could do anything else, I always knew I could make some music, and I always knew I would do it successfully. You know, and God, as far as God shaping my life, I'm just really thankful. And they say the man that knows everything knows he knows nothing at all. You know, and that's pretty much where I stand in life. And I allow God to take those steps for me, and they just come out, you know, amazing. You know, and I'm truly, truly thankful for that.
Trying to make something shake, no destination. We just cruising, baby, but we ride around, ride around.